Safety signs. Read the text about safety signs. Now let's have some information about the safety signs. Let's read first. Safety signs, colors and shapes. Safety signs are very important because the oil and gas industry has many hazards. Hazards mean possible dangers like electricity, chemicals, hot things, gas machines, noise, falling objects, and slippery surfaces. There are four main kinds of safety signs. 1. Black and yellow triangles. These signs warn us about hazards. The signs give warnings like danger, overhead crane, or high voltage. Number 2. Red and white circles. These signs usually have a red band across them. They tell us we must not do things. For example, don't smoke here. Number 3. Blue and white circles. These signs tell us you must wear or do the thing in the picture. For example, wear goggles. 4. Green and white squares or rectangulars. These signs give information about safety. For example, they tell us this way to the emergency exit. Now let's check the signs. We have a circle, a rectangular or rectangle, a square, a triangle. Example, it's a blue and white circle. That's number 1. What about number 2? It's a green and white square. Number 3, it's a red, black and white circle. 4, it's black and yellow triangle. 5, it's a white and blue circle. 6, it's a black and yellow triangle. 7, it's a green and white square. 8, it's a red and white circle. So if we talk about number 1, we talk about black and yellow triangles. That's number 4 and 6. These signs warn us about hazards. The signs give warnings like danger, overhead crane, or high voltage. High voltage is number 6. Overhead crane is number 4. Number 2, red and white circles. So that's 8 and 3. These signs usually have a red hand across them. They tell us we must not do things. For example, don't smoke here. For example, is picture 3. Don't smoke here means. 3. Blue and white circles. That's number 1 and 5. These signs tell us you must wear or do the thing in the picture. For example, wear goggles. So that's picture 1. What about picture 5? Read the information. 4. Green and white squares or rectangles. That's picture 2 and picture 7. These signs give information about safety. For example, they tell us the way to the emergency exit. The same with picture 2 or sign 2. Weights and measures. Write these abbreviations next to the correct words. The abbreviations are cm, g, k, km, m, double m, and t. Number 1, grams. I'll give you time to answer. So what's the abbreviations or the abbreviation of grams? The answer is G. Number 2, kilos. The answer is K. Number 3, tons. The answer is T. 4, millimeters. The answer is mm. Number 5, centimeters. The answer is cm. Number 6, meters. The answer is m. Number 7, kilometers. The answer is km. Now, can you pronounce these words correctly? We start with the first column. Length, width, height, depth, weight, speed. The other column, long, wide, high, deep, heavy, fast. Now, what's the difference between the words, for example, length and long? Length is a noun. Long is an adjective. Width is a noun. Wide is an adjective. Height is a noun. High is an adjective. Depth is a noun. Deep is an adjective. Weight is a noun. Heavy is an adjective. Speed is a noun. And fast is an adjective. So how we ask about these measures? For the nouns, we ask with what's that? For example, what's the length? What's the width? What's the height? What's the depth? What's the weight? And what's the speed? For the adjectives, we ask with how. How long is it? How wide is it? How high is it? How deep is it? How heavy is it? How fast is it? Number 3, say what we use these measures for. Example, length. We measure the length of pipes and cables. Now we have some things that we measure. For example, we measure the width of roads, entrances, and vehicles. We measure the height of people and ridges. We measure the depth of wells. We measure the weight of loads. Finally, we measure the speed of vehicles. Look at the pictures in It's My Job. Estimate the length, width, and weight of the pipe and the height of the ridge. Example, how long is the pipe? About 2 meters. I guess. What do you think? Maybe 2.5 meters. Now number 5. Can you say what these signs mean? Example, maximum speed 20 kilometers per hour. That's for number 1. What about number 2? For number 2, maximum height 3.5 meters. For sign 3, maximum width 2.2 meters. For sign 4, maximum weight 5 tons. For number 5, maximum length 9.2 meters. Vocabulary. Which kind of word? Number 1. Read the sentences. Which bold words are nouns? B. Verbs. C. Adjectives. Number 1. He's a good crane operator. The bold words are good and operator. So what's good? What part of a speech is it? Good is an adjective. Operator is a noun. Number 2. He operates a crane. The bold words are operates and crane. Operates is a verb. Crane is a noun. Number 3. He's Canadian. He lives in Canada. The words are Canadian, lives, Canada. Canadian is an adjective. Lives is a verb. Canada is a noun. Number 2. Write the words in the correct places in the table. The words are calculate, driller, hazard, protect, safety, wide. So we put them as, or which part of speech are they? Nouns, verbs, adjectives. So we start with the noun. Width is a noun. It has no verb. What's the adjective? Wide. Wide. W-I-D-E. Number 2. Safe. We have the adjective. It has no verb. So what's the noun for safe? Safety. S-A-F-E-T-Y. Number 3. We have the adjective hazardous. It has no verb. What's the noun of hazardous? Hazard. Hazard. Number 4. We have protection is a noun. It has a verb and has no adjective. So protection is a noun. What's the verb for number 4? Protect. Protect. P-R-O-T-E-C-T. Calculator. And the same with calculation are both nouns. Calculator or calculation. So what's the verb? Calculate. It has no adjective. Drill. Number 6. Drill is a noun. Driller is a noun too. Both are nouns, drill and driller. The verb is drill. It has no adjective. Number 2 or number 3. Choose the correct word. 1. This old machine isn't. It needs adjective here. This old machine isn't safe. We can't say safety because safety is a noun. And here we need to put an adjective. So do the same with the others. I'll give you time to answer. Number 2. He's an Italy or Italian engineer. He's an Italian engineer. Italian nationality. Number 3. Can I use your calculate or calculator, please? Can I use your calculator, please? Number 4. Refineries produce or protect useful things from crude oil. Refineries produce useful things from crude oil. Number 5. There are hazardous in my job. The answer is there are hazards in my job. Number 6. How deep or how deep is the well? So the answer is how deep is the well? Number 7. This company is a good employee or is a good employer. The answer is this company is a good employer. Number 5. Finding oil and gas. Kick off. Number 1. Look at the diagrams in the unit. Which diagrams are? 1. About geology. 2. About physics. 3. About technology. 4. Two-dimensional, 2D. Number 5. Three-dimensional, 3D. So let's check for the diagrams. And we have just 3 diagrams. We don't have diagrams about two-dimensional 2D and three-dimensional 3D. We don't have them here. So we can choose between the 3, 1, 2, 3, geology, physics, technology. Let's study the diagrams first and then we choose which one is which. We start with the diagram 3, reflection. We talk about waves or the reflection of waves. Maybe light or so we talk about the reflection. Diagram 1 is about rocks and surface. We talk about oil and gas and rocks under the ground. We talk about layers of rocks. About diagram 2, we talk about here about vibrations and sound waves, and even we talk about electrical signals and recorder. So let's start with number one. Which picture or which diagram talks about geology or is about geology? Is that picture one? That's about rocks, layers of rocks under the ground and oil and gas under the ground. About physics. So about physics could be both of them, diagram 3 and diagram 2. So diagram 3 is about talk about reflection, and this could be physics more than technology. The diagram 2 is about technology and even physics. We talk about vibrations, sound waves, and electrical signals. And we talk about recorder. That's technology and physics at the same time. Number 3, study diagram 2 and complete the sentences. Number 1, vibrations produce. What do vibrations produce? Vibrations can produce sound waves. Number 2, a microphone converts sound waves into. What does a microphone do to the sound waves? So it converts the sound waves into electrical signals. So a microphone converts sound waves into electrical signals.